Hey, I do want to jump in real quick and just say I'm going to do a bit of a yapathon here real quick. So if you want to go ahead and skip to the gameplay and get right into the video, I want you to go ahead and check the description and you'll be able to see a timestamp and hopefully one on screen hiding somewhere in the aether over here. And you can go ahead and jump to that timestamp and it's going to get straight into the video where we are starting episode 0 of starting my own MyTeam on Formula 123, where we are starting Shakespeare Racing. And we're going to be basically the preface baseline of everything that we're doing for this upcoming series. Hey, I just want to cut in real quick and say I am apologizing for the audio quality of this portion of the video. I currently don't own a webcam, and so my best quality camera that I own is my phone. So my phone may or may not be sitting on one of my bookshelf speakers on my setup. And then the microphone is faced inwards, basically pointing behind my monitor. So essentially, my voice is reverberating off of my cabinets, jumping around the back, and then being caught by my microphone. So it's a little cloudy, a little distant. I apologize for that. Let's continue on with the introduction. I won't. Hydration. Yeah, long time no see. I really don't know what to say here. Besides, hi, I'm back. It's been 7 to 8 years since my last upload, so I guarantee I'm not only going to look different if you guys saw the vlogs before they got swept off the face of the earth, and I also sound probably 10 times different than anything you guys had heard before. This is all a bit of an experiment here. I don't know why, but this last week and a half or so, I've been getting a lot more into content creation again, whether it's been uploading on Instagram consistently, TikTok consistently, and I've been streaming a ton consistently. At the time of this recording, it is Thursday, the 18th, which means here tonight I'm going to be doing an NCAA stream for the first time, which there could be stream highlights posted for that, and I guarantee there's going to be more clips generated for that. Now, where have I been? That could be a question asked, or there's a very good chance that a lot of this audience that's going to be watching this video has no idea who I am, in which, welcome, my name's Austin. I used to do YouTube about like 8-9 years ago, back in good old middle school, and now I'm halfway through college, almost done with my degree. So I'm just here to have a good time, and I'm just here so I don't get fined. All I know is that I am back, and I am amped to try and bring as best content to the table as I can. I don't know. I've been this has been kind of a long time coming. This has been a long time coming, this return. I've always still had a passion for content creation. It's just I've never had the materials necessary to do that. Until a couple days ago when I decided to go ahead and install a couple video recorders and a couple video editors, which I've been doing. I miss doing this. That's probably the most prevalent thing out of this whole message. Did I do everything the way I should have before? Probably not. Probably not whatsoever. It was all super janky. I've got a lot better materials across the board now. I've got a lot better intellect, and I've also just been doing a lot of marketing analysis just for fun. I don't know. I find those kind of business aspects when it comes to like social media marketing and just marketing as a whole pretty interesting. So I think that's what's kind of driving my return back. That childhood dream's kind of stayed alive no matter what. It's always been there. It always will be there. It always has been there. And it will continue to be there, which is what's kind of driven me back. I've done like intermittent Twitch streams for the last couple of years, but then I turned into a 3-year hiatus from not even touching Twitch. I've always wanted to try and make that return. I was just like, oh, I don't have the materials to do it. And that's like through research online. It's like you can get a professional grade editing software from DaVinci Resolve for free. And it's like, no watermark, studio editing quality, free. Free? Free? Well, what recording softwares are popular now? It's like OBS, and it's like... So you're telling me the software that does streaming from PC he's now also a popular video recorder. Has that always been that, or am I just dense? Like, so I downloaded both of those yesterday, and last night I went to the gym and left my computer on to screen record what I was going to create as my first episode of my new MyTeam career, which is the video that you're currently watching now. So all of this is going to be a bit sketchy since these are my first time trying to professionally edit a video back on YouTube again. And that's what we're going to see here today. I kind of want to come back into this approach where I do like a variety of games, which I know some of you are going to ask. I don't know if Minecraft's making a return. I don't know. We'll find out. If you guys beg me enough, then chances are maybe you'll see my Minecraft series pop up. Yeah, kind of to summarize that, I'm planning on just doing a bunch of content now. It's going to be far and few in between. Like, I'm planning here soon to buy an Elgato so that I can start doing video recording off my Xbox to my computer, edit it from there, and then start doing like YouTube series. Like, I want to go hard into like my F1 series, which I'm not going to be doing F1 24. I'm going to be doing F1 23, which I don't know how that'll react since the new game's already out. I just like the handling characteristics of F1 23 more, because very unknown fact is I was a beta tester for F1 23. So I got very up to grips with the handling characteristics and also was able to provide feedback to EA for their handling system on the new game. And then I realized I missed the email that was an invitation to return to beta test F1 24. Do I hate myself for that? Yes, because I completely missed an email for another beta test opportunity for a Formula 1 game. But going from the future on, I think I'm going to be doing a lot more of my content creation. It's going to be for a lot more opportunities. A lot more opportunities are going to be seen on Twitch and Instagram and TikTok. My handle on YouTube, the ChexVLSX, is going to be the same on all those platforms. I encourage you to go and check those out, leave a follow. I also give updates for whenever I'm going to stream. So if I'm going to stream, you'll see a reminder earlier in the day, or it's going to be very short notice. Hey, 1 hour, we're doing this. If you want to stick around, join this journey, just see where this goes yourself. Always feel free to leave a like and a comment. Those help a lot with the algorithms of these kind of videos to get them out there for people to promote them. So I'd greatly appreciate it if you at least left a like and a comment. Leaving a subscription would be even more to me, but I understand entirely if you want to see me prove myself through a couple trials first before anything. So thank you for watching this, and let's get right into this video real quick. Thank you guys.
What's up, guys, and welcome to my first episode of MyTeam Career Mode on F1 23. Now, we are starting off with episode 0 of my MyTeam setup for our Formula 1 career, where we get to build our team from the bottom all the way up to the top. Now, I'm selecting MyTeam here. We're able to choose basically our entry point, how sophisticated our team wants to be off the get-go. We are going to start with newcomer. Now, that means we are starting from the bottom, and we'll have to work our way all the way up to the top, starting from the 11th team on the grid, more than likely 11th or 10th in performance, to gain our way all the way up to the top to challenge for a title. Now I'm going to go ahead and skip through a little bit of this customization of my player here. This is just all the boring nitty-gritty stuff. With this career, we are creating the 11th team on the Formula 1 grid, build them up to a championship-winning team, but first we have to build our team up in the process by providing upgrades to our facilities, training our drivers, developing our drivers, maybe even hiring new ones, and developing our car around us. That is a very crucial part to this game, is making sure that your car is up to speed with everyone else's. Now, I know this game is a little bit older, so some people may be wondering, why am I starting off on F1 23 when F1 24 is out? The reason that I'm doing that is because I was a beta tester for F1 23, so I am way more up to grips with the handling characteristics of this game compared to F1 24. Now, F1 24 is still getting updated on handling. Their system isn't the greatest at the moment, so that is what it is. Now, we are on to customizing our own team. We'll first enter our own team name, which we will dub Shexv Racing, and then we'll go on to select 3 separate items: sponsors, engines, and a teammate. For sponsors, you have to play the game of Risk Reward. You have to meet a certain goal, and you'll get a bonus. As you can see here, I choose the Paris one. I'm not going to even attempt to say that. which we gamble on. Going between the different engines, we're going to take the gamble of Red Bull Racing for a little bit better reliability, a little less performance than Ferrari. Now, we got extremely lucky with our second driver situation, catching Liam Lawson as our teammate. Now, the reason I'm so ecstatic about that is because he's an 81 overall rated. So, you may be wondering, why is that such a big thing? Well, he is actually a higher rated driver than a lot of the current drivers on the grid, such as Logan Sargent with Williams, Kevin Magnussen at Haas. Point in case, he is a phenomenal driver and a driver that I could develop in the future and potentially keep him all the way until we're champion contenders without having to buy out another person's contract and steal someone from another team. We may be able to develop this young talent. Liam is a rapid driver and showed a lot of promising pace when it came to testing the Red Bull, testing actually the AlphaTauri in last year's Formula One season, which there's a lot of rumors speculating right now that Liam Lawson might be booted into Red Bull and Sergio Perez getting dumped at Spa this year. But that's another story for another time that we can debate on Instagram at some point. So yeah, here we are customizing the rest of our livery, which is really just a game of choosing and picking. I'm kind of indecisive when it comes to these things, but I want one that's not too overbearing, but not too underwhelming at the same time. I'm very passionate about my colors. Why? Who knows? So here in a moment, we'll be jumping into a press interview with Natalie Pinkham, and we'll be able to choose a couple of focuses that we are able to look into for this year's car and focus on a few little starting developments for the team. I'll get back with you guys right after.
New year, new drivers, new team. Welcome and great to have you with us as we move far away from the paddock to the headquarters of the newest outfit on the Formula One grid. We've been granted exclusive access with an interview not just with the team owner or the star driver, but both. Because for the first time in modern F1 history, the team owner is behind the wheel themselves. Now is a great time to bring a new team into the sport, particularly off the back of such compelling competition last year. 2022 saw huge regulation changes, and it was Red Bull who came out on top in the development race. But that was last year. This year could be a very different story. Let me tell you, this facility is an absolute hive of activity, and there is a palpable sense of excitement around the car they've built. Quietly, they truly believe they can challenge at the top, and they've had the time now to craft a hugely competitive race car. But theory is one thing, and taking on the brightest lights in motorsport is quite another. So how does the owner of F1's 11th team feel as they prepare to be thrust into the limelight of the F1 circus? New driver lineups, Qatar returns, Las Vegas debuts, and the engineering race continues to push the sport and the drivers to new heights. What are they aiming for? Most excited about? Most nervous for? Well, soon we will meet them to find out. But first, let's take a look at the brand new car. For having us. Great to be here. I'm going to start with the question that everyone is asking. It's been a long time since we've seen a team owner drive their own car, and a lot's changed since then. The sport has really evolved. So how are you going to manage the responsibility of doing both roles? And tell me about your teammate. They're clearly very excited to have signed with you. What do they bring to the team? So tell me about the work on the car. It's clearly a blank canvas. You've done a lot. What have you prioritized? Now, there's no getting away from the fact that your competitors have a huge amount of Formula One experience. You are a total newcomer. Tell us where you see the opportunities to make those vital performance gains. Now, ultimately, your success this season will be determined by whether you can take positions from other drivers. Where do you believe this car has the edge? And with so many disciplines and experts working so closely together here at your HQ, who gets the coveted Teacher's Gold Star? Who are you most proud of as the first race edges ever closer? Well, I could talk to you all day. Thank you so much for your time, but I better let you get back to work. There's plenty more still to do. All the very best for your inaugural F1 season.
We got to sit down with Natalie Pinkham. We had to answer some questions, which will give us a nice little head start on a couple developments for our car. Now, the ones that I ended up choosing was rear traction, ERS, light chassis, and I'm proud of my chassis department. Now, maximizing traction is going to give us a little bit of a rear downforce upgrade, which is going to help us carry a little bit more speed through the corner, and with my lead foot is going to be extremely helpful when it comes to putting a little bit more power down out of the corner with hopefully not sliding. The second upgrade we decided to choose was an ERS improvement. In this game, ERS is crucial. If you don't have any upgrades to help replenish the stock of ERS during a race, you may find yourself falling behind, and you may find yourself at large of not being able to give as much extra power out of a corner or down a straight to overtake someone, and you'll have to sit back, not use it for a couple laps. It can overall hurt your race pace in one way or another. Now, the penultimate option that we got to choose was we went for a light chassis. Now, I focus a lot of my development and a lot of my handling characteristics on a very floaty chassis. Although I do like a very pointy front end where I can get the reactiveness out of a car, I chose to go with a little bit of a floaty car in this instance. If it's light, it can carry more speed through a corner, and I can chuck it into the corner to get good response out of the car and hopefully carry more pace through a corner compared to a brick like a Dodge Challenger trying to take a corner, and instead you just go straight on. And the final upgrade that I decided to choose was that I was proud of my chassis department. Now, what that upgrade does is that it automatically upgrades every subcategory in that facility. So to upgrade the capacity, so I can upgrade more parts at the same time. It'll upgrade the quality control, so I have less risk of a part failing. It'll upgrade the build time, so it can take less time to build that component, and then it'll also update my resource point generation, which resource points are used to upgrade components on the car. It is also another crucial upgrade for each facility. So it gives us a nice little head start on a lighter chassis and something that can be more maneuverable to my taste. Now, to wrap this up, this little segment you've been seeing here is just me doing some upgrades and typical facility maintenance. And now, with all of that, it is time to get to the race, to episode 1. Stay tuned, and you will see the chaos unfold in race 1 on our new team, Chex V Racing. Have a good night, guys.